Change.
Well, good morning. Well, good morning, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out here this morning. This means so much to my family. I tell you, you guys have no idea how nervous I am right now and how nervous I am for my family, because you guys are not only impacting, me and my wife, my new wife, and my kids, Josh and Hakeem, Harold and Hakeem, we call him Josh. But you guys are impacting everybody in this community, also the city of New Orleans. And this is something real special for us, you guys. I can't really put into words how I'm feeling right now. My wife and my fiance at the time was always saying, we're gonna make up a word or something like that to express exactly how we feel. But real quick, you guys, I just want to kind of introduce my family to you guys. Just kind of point them out so because you guys will be seeing them around. But that's starting all the way up from over here. This is my brother-in-law. That's Cam.
How y'all doing? Cam.
Christy. He's a Caprice sister and brother. But they're my family. This is my mother-in-law with the green shirt on. That's my little boy Hakeem. He has autism, and he's the most awesome little kid around. All right. Sit back down. Up. He wants to speak also. Okay. This is my little baby Josh. My little man, my firstborn there.
Yeah, Josh!
I'm going to skip over a couple people. This is my little nephew Jeremy, and this is his father standing right next to him, my brother Jeremy. It's where I get a lot of good advice from, and a lot of, we fight all the time with words, and we come up with different ideas and stuff, and so it's real helpful. My fiance back there, Capria. No trouble at all. But anyway, that's my wife. I'm so used to saying fiance. I was calling her my wife at first, but then I started finally calling her my fiance, so now it's just mixed up in the head. That's my grandmother, Capria's grandmother, back there standing up, wave your hand. That's my father right there with the sunshades on. Tiffany is a great friend of my family. She's standing right under the overhang right there. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting all of my immediates out the way. Now, right here, we have my mom right here in the green multicolored shirt. Who's waving the fan that she got from a good friend of ours. My cousin who couldn't be here, her wedding, we just went to. They're beautiful, one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to. But she's one of the main reasons why we're out here today. I kid you not. Not only from birth, but just her resilience. I myself, I wouldn't have been able. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Pull it together. Thank you. I wouldn't have been able to do this without her. Nothing. I mean, absolutely, positively, nothing at all had it not been for her. I didn't get in contact with St. Bernard Project. I didn't get in contact. The design angels wouldn't have been here. The people who helped us put the windows in, WDS, they wouldn't have been here. The Zurich, Elam, and the list goes on. I mean, you guys would have never been here had it not been for her. And I'm just telling you guys, I really appreciate my mom so much because she invested so much energy, so much time. She's been there when I've been out fighting the power with politicians and everything and telling them what they need to do for our community. She's been a person that's been watching Josh and Hakeem along with my father, who occasionally sleeps and watches the kids. But she has really been there time in and time out asking me what I need, does she need to look up on the internet, and she's always been there. And I tell you, no lie, no word of lie, she's been there without question. And so I just have to really just express how much I just love and appreciate this person that's standing in front of me for all the love and affection that she's given me, and all the tough conversations that she's had with me, and the remembrance of, you know, why I'm here today and why I should respect everybody who comes into contact with me. And then there's my grandmother, who's right there. But thank you so much, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Yeah. Right.
And then there's my beautiful old grandma sitting right here. This red brick house wouldn't have been here had it not been for her. She, in '96, bought her first home. She used to live in, ironically, the St. Bernard Project in New Orleans, which is about 5 miles from here, on St. Bernard Street. And she grew up, raised her children in housing developments. And for so long, she had many children, 9 children, and for so long she struggled to do what she could by herself, never having someone else to count on. And so she did it by herself. And with the help of my mom, you know, she was there to care for my uncles and my aunts. And so it was, this house meant so much to me for that reason, because she saved up everything she had. She was a worker, a cook in the kitchen, and so she worked in all the restaurants you can think of, and so she's a great cook. She's not able to stand on her feet as much anymore, but she has done so much to get this house. And so when Katrina came and took the house away and kind of ended everything for this house by water, and 3 years prior, I'm trying to go in order. My head's all over the place. Had it not been for her having this house ever since 1996, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and myself wouldn't have had a place to go to when our house burned down about 2 miles away from here. It was the first home that my mother and my father had bought. And so it was really important that she kind of paved the way for us for home ownership. And you can see in the neighborhoods of New Orleans the homes that are owned against the homes that are rented, and you'll see there's just a little bit more care for somebody who owns their home. And so she paved that way for us. And so to have the city or anybody else come and take something that she worked so hard and desperately for, it's just not going to happen, not if I have anything to do with it. And so I just love and appreciate her so much, because she was here, and for some of the volunteers, you guys are familiar with everything. When back in 2005, the hurricane came and it took us away, and we were evacuated. And my grandmother, she was living here at the bottom half of this home. I can't. Can you hear me? I need you to be quiet for 1/2 second, okay? All right. He was. I'm sorry. Back in 2005, we were here at this home, and we were struggling with the ideas of exactly what to do. But Bob Breck said the storm had a double eye, and to me, that meant get the heck out of town. And so my family, we gathered up, and my aunt at the bottom half, my aunt, my cousin, her son, my grandmother, who was hosting them in her home, along with Miss Audrey, who was a lady who had cerebral palsy, who my grandmother brought from the St. Bernard Project to live in this house with her at the bottom half. We're all living on the bottom half. And my mother, my father, myself, and my brother were living at the top half. And we were wondering what we were going to do, because we don't have a lot of money. We're not rich. I don't know if you look at us. We look pretty rich. So we can just catch the first jet out of town. But we decided not to do that. We decided to get in a van and evacuate from here. But my grandmother was pressed with the decision of her coming with us or having to travel with a lady who had cerebral palsy along with herself across state lines. And so she decided to stay here, and it was one of the most uncomfortable decisions that we ever had to make. I told my mom, I looked at my mom and I said, tie her up put her in the back of the van and we'll deal with her later. Also, we can have my grandmother with us, but my mom, you know, she said, no, the Lord gonna protect her. And I was like, okay. I wasn't trying to listen to that. Excuse me. I really wasn't trying to listen to that at the time, but I guess it was a decision that had to be made. But we evacuated from here, and I just remember for the first 30 minutes, there was a pain in my stomach that I just couldn't overcome. I was driving at the time because I wanted to be in charge or something like it. I've learned how to settle down. That's why I'm finally getting married. But it was just so eerie, the feeling and the emotion that was going on during that time. And so my grandmother stayed here and the storm passed and everything was good. They told us they were up here cooking breakfast like they do in New Orleans with the lights off, gas stove, and then there was no contact at all, no communication, nothing at all. We weren't able to talk to anybody in my family, and that's when things started to set in, the realization of what was really happening in New Orleans. And so when the levees broke and there was severe devastation in this area, we just couldn't, it was hard to overcome the feelings that we were going through. The talks about us not being able to come back to our home for years or months at a time because there was so much water. They didn't know how to get out of the city. Just so many things were being spread over the news. And that's when all hope seemed to have been lost at that particular point. And so I tell you guys, coming all the way from there to where we are now, standing on these pieces of plywood, protecting us from the mud underneath our feet, it's a surreal feeling. And I can't tell you how much on behalf of my family we appreciate every ounce of energy that you guys have invested into this home. Every sweat, every tear, any scratches you guys had that you had to cover with a Band-Aid, every single piece of energy, even if it wasn't on my home, you guys have invested into my city. You guys aren't standing anywhere else. You guys are not upstate, or you guys are not on the west. You guys are here in my city, and I appreciate, my family appreciates you, my city appreciates you guys so much for being here, because the decisions that you guys make every single day continue to impact us so much, and we just so thankfully and appreciatively, I'm making up words here, I tell you what, this means so much to us. And there's not a dollar in this world that can repay you guys for everything that you guys have given to us up until this point. The time and the energy, Danny, Chrissy, coming in here and really just turning. They were already white, but they turned even whiter with the sheetrock. And I'm like, you guys. And we were all one color up in here. We were shaving sheetrock. I'm telling you guys, there's so much work that has been put into this house, so much love, so much energy, so much time, so much care, and I just can't tell you how much we appreciate it, and I just love you guys for everything that you have done for us. Woo! So, ending with that, because I won't talk anymore, because, I could talk for hours just to try to show my appreciation for what you guys have done, the furniture that you guys have delivered, or the design work that you guys have done here at this home, and the people that we've lost over the past 8 years who mean so much to us at this present time, who have paved the way for each of us to have been here. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'm gonna let my wife say a couple words here. Grandma, don't run away now. Enough for you. I'm gonna tie you up this time. No microphone. You're gonna have to do something that's abnormal to you. Speak loud.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. We do appreciate you. I did come in kind of on the back and do things, but it does not mean any less to me, because I did also go through Katrina. My family went through some things as well. But we are just so appreciative to have you. I'm going to be real brief. My husband has done the most. I just thank you for every strip, any and everything that is in this house. from the mold remediation to us coming to you, to all of you just accepting us. Y'all accepting us. And for choosing us. Y'all chose us to come here. I cannot make up a word. I cannot, but I am so thankful. My family is thankful. We are all appreciative. Thank you so much.